Good evening. It is the evening of September the 11th, 2007, and I thought tonight I would just kind of reflect on September the 11th 6 years ago. And I was on holiday in Crete with my wife, and we'd been out for a day on the beach, and Crete's like a couple hours ahead of what English time, and obviously several hours ahead of American time, and we were coming down to dinner in the hotel, and I can remember it wasn't a really great hotel we were staying in. It was quite cheap, nasty really, hotel. We're coming down to this buffet dinner thing. As we're coming down the stairs, my wife gets this really strange text from my sister-in-law saying there's been a plane that's crashed into the World Trade Center. And we're like, that sounds really weird. How did that happen? Was it? And we're coming down, and to get to the restaurant bit, we have to go through the bar. As we walk through the bar, they've got this one tiny little television up on the wall, and there's a group of people gathered around the television, and so we stopped and kind of had a look, and as we're standing there, the second plane flew into the second tower, and we were just like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And of course the live coverage is just rolling out. It's on CNN or whatever channel it was on, and just stood there. It was a group of English and German tourists mainly, standing there in this bar in Crete, watching this tiny little telly up high on the wall, and we must have stood there for about half an hour just watching all this footage as it unfolded, and the towers falling, and it was just really surreal and otherworldly, and certainly not the kind of thing you expect to be seeing in a bar in a holiday hotel in a holiday island in the middle of the Mediterranean. And that's when perhaps the bizarrest thing of all happened, which was that the guy behind the bar, I don't know if he was the actual owner of the hotel or just the guy working there, decided that obviously, a major terrorist disaster wasn't good for business. And he reached up the television announcing no more bombs, and switched it back over to the football. And everyone kind of stood there with these kind of puzzled look on the faces, and then drifted off to get dinner. And next morning got up, went down to the beach. We're still on holiday, went to the little newsagent, found a copy of the Daily Mirror printed in Greece, and the headline "War" on the front, and just page after page of pictures of devastation. And that was a really bizarre experience, just sitting there on the sun lounger reading the paper. I mean, we're on holiday in Crete, and a couple of days later came to the end of the holiday, and went to the airport, and obviously the extreme security measures that we've become familiar with air travel had all of that. And I don't know, some of those memories have all stuck with me, particularly the kind of text message walking down to dinner, no more bombs, let's watch football, and the headline. And I guess the guy in the bar just summed up so much of this is too much to handle, let's just change channel and watch something that's much more entertaining. And I don't know, how often do we want to do that, just switch away from something that we can't cope with. And obviously the headline war, shortly after that, Bush declared the war on terror, and we've kind of lived with that and the repercussions of that for the last 6 years. And I don't know, it reminds me of something I once read that says, you'll hear of wars and rumours of wars, but see to it you're not troubled, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And I guess that's the situation of the world we live in. There's a lot going on, there's a lot of things we could be frightened of, but the statement there is, let's not be troubled about it. And as much as we can, I think that's a really good piece of advice, that in our own lives we can't live under the consequences of something. Yes, every time you get on a plane you're reminded, with all the security of terror threats, you're reminded when you go to big cities, you're reminded every now and again when an alert level gets raised, or there's an incident. But we can't let fear grip and hold our lives and stop us living our lives and stop us doing the things we do. So I just thought I'd share those stories. I know they're going to live with me, the pictures in my mind of what happened that day and what it made me think about, and I just thought I'd share those today. Thanks for watching.